I almost want to bite my tongue when I say this, but I would not be surprised if in some parts of the supply chain, cybersecurity becomes more important than price. I know that's a shocking thing to say. Right now, if you and I were responsible for picking a transportation provider or warehousing and fulfillment company, I think we would talk about cybersecurity maybe first. I mean, that's so important to, and when I say cybersecurity, I also mean cargo theft and freight fraud. I think that is, it's really horrible for the brands. I mean, and just what you need. When you're a pharmaceutical company, you can't afford for your drugs to somehow just, sorry, we lost 2 truckloads because we were sloppy. Oh, but we got a low price on it. Congrats. I don't think those guys. I don't think they work that way. I think they probably move a lot of their own.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a big topic. I mean, I'm not in the cybersecurity world necessarily, but talking with 3PLs, I mean, it's something where they're having to be vigilant. It's an area where, maybe not the highest tech organizations historically are really having to up their game to ensure that their people are aware of phishing attacks, that their companies are doing the right things, because they have a lot of IoT within their warehouse. It's cameras, it's, all the different networks to get all the devices. So I'm fascinated by that personally, but it's a very daunting job to be the person in charge of cybersecurity when you have that many different, robots and automation and systems all talking to make sure that there's not that area where somebody can get in and get in your warehouse, because there's a lot of value. If you can shut down, we saw it with a very large freight forwarder several years ago who had a cyber attack that shut them down. And I mean, that is millions and millions of dollars, and they know it.
I went to the cybersecurity event last year in Cleveland. Very great event. It was NMFTA. I think this year's was in Austin. I didn't get there. There's too many conferences to go to. But a lot of the companies who were there saying, "Oh yeah, we got hacked." It was all very confidential because no one wants to raise their hand and say, "Yeah, that." But a lot of the messaging was, this can happen to anyone. This can happen to the very best. And somebody likened it for me as, could somebody break into your house? I said, sure. And they said, if you put security in, got a burglar alarm. I was like, yeah, they could still break in, I guess, and disarm it. He said you could hire an armed guard. And I was like, yeah, I guess you could still get in. Like if they could bring a SWAT team in and get into my house, if they want in badly enough. I don't know what they'd find here, but
Yeah.
But I think you don't want to be the target. You don't want to be the low hanging fruit. You don't want to be the one who says, "Oh, this looks like these guys are a little loosey goosey on the security stuff." So that's why, again, the reason I bring that up is I think it's important that, especially when we start talking about technology like SPS Commerce, that you're going to a partner who says we have the scale, and we're working with companies that kind of require us to play at the highest level. I don't want somebody experimenting. I don't want you learning on my integration.
Yeah. And I'm consistently impressed by our security team. I don't work in that area, but just seeing all the work that gets done to ensure that we're certified on the right things, that we're constantly vigilant against any type of attack that could come. It's very confident in that. And like you said, part of that's because we have very large organizations that work with us, and they require that we prove to them that we are very, very safe, because it is, something that they have to care about as well.